Where is Satan today? First, let's understand who and what Satan is. Satan means opponent, or one who opposes God. God is described as the life, the light, the truth, good, righteousness, and the source of all living things. Since Satan opposes God, he is the opposite of those things. He's death, darkness, the father of all lies, evil, unrighteous, and the cause of destruction and death. God is omnipresent, but has at times appeared in a real physical form. Satan is described in the Bible as going about as a roaring lion, seeking who he can destroy. God asks Satan in the book of Job where he came from, and Satan says roaming to and fro about the earth. Satan appears to tempt Jesus in the wilderness to turn stones to bread, and he appears as a snake in the garden. God is spiritual, and while he has a real form, his spirit is truth and resides in Christians. But the spirit of Satan exists in all men. The spirit of lies, hate, selfishness, unbelief, death, darkness, and the love of unrighteous things is clearly demonstrated by the world and within our own hearts from the desires of evil things on a daily basis. Satan's spirit, or the spirit of darkness and lies, is within us all and encourages us to seek unlawful things at the expense of sinning against God and destroying ourselves. Satan also appears to have a sense of being present throughout the earth. He was used by God to use death and sickness to test Job's faith in God. So like God, Satan is a spiritual presence who also makes physical appearances in the world, whose spirit is within humanity already. But if Satan has a real form and is roaming the earth, where might he be? Since Satan is the ruler of darkness and the father of lies, his power or control over the world is beyond that of our corrupt leaders, and the source of evil is within Satan himself. So the story of the evil of the world is being orchestrated not only by some evil men with power, but ultimately by Satan, and he has a plan and a goal, knowing his time is short. There are stories of whistleblowers coming out of the Illuminati that tell a different story of Satan being the good being, and that the power and authority was given to his followers. Since God directly and indirectly interacts with the world and his followers, Satan will also do the same thing and form a group of followers with his fake religion who he interacts with. The goal is a one-world religion by Satan, setting the stage for the end of the world and the final showdown between God, man, and Satan. Satan likes to copy God, a fake religion, a fake Christ. The Antichrist will appear doing great signs and miracles that would deceive even the elect Christians if it were possible. And just like Christ was the physical, full human manifestation of God, the Antichrist could be the same and be a human who's given power by Satan to deceive the world as a false savior. Satan has also appeared as a snake in other physical forms, but his spiritual presence does not negate the fact that he also manifests himself physically. Is he in the United States or Israel? Does he have the power to be in multiple places at once? The idea of Satan existing on the earth physically somewhere might be scary, but Satan has no authority over us that God doesn't grant him. Just like in the book of Job, Satan was not allowed to touch Job unless God granted him access to do so that he could test his faith, and so that after Job had shown that he was faithful and God had corrected him, he granted him more than he had before Satan had taken it away. It's important for us to not give in to the spirit of Satan that desires evil and desires what God forbids, and for us to believe the gospel. God is willing to forgive us and give us his spirit to overcome the temptations of Satan that lead to death and hell. I'll continue to look deeper into this, as well as having deeper discussions on how to truly be saved before God. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to support that work and to get more content.